Welcome to Batshit, a frank and funny look at living with mental illness.
While we'll touch on several illnesses, Batshit is focused on those along the spectrum of bipolar disorders. I'm your host, Adam.
I'm your other host, Brad.
We're both bipolar, so strap in and let's see how batshit we really are.
Spoiler alert. Pretty damn batshit.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
And that's this episode's topic. New Year's resolutions
New Year's
for the mentally ill.
Oh, that's this could get dark. Hey, gang! Welcome to 2024. I know for certain that this is going to come out first because we're out of episodes, so we got to load this one up like now.
Yeah. It's not yet 2024 where we are, but we'll pretend.
Yeah, we'll pretend. It's fine.
And I hope to God 2024 is a better year than 2023 was.
Well, I mean, let's celebrate the wins at the end of 2023. You got a job.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Yeah. I mean, that's good, dude. That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, and the podcast, which we started less than 9 months ago, is doing really well.
Yeah, we're almost at 45,000 downloads.
Yeah. Our wives haven't left us. Victory. I got a new dog. That's always good. What else you got?
I'm alive.
There you go. Hey, man, that's 90% of it staying vertical, right?
Staying alive.
We wanted to talk about New Year's resolutions because, I want to talk about New Year's resolutions because it's something I feel like everybody in the world sets and then fails to keep because of life and lack of accountability and any number of things. And I feel like I get hit super hard by the failure of keeping with my New Year's resolution, and I slack off, and I tend to dip into a depression. And I don't know, Brad, are you good at keeping New Year's resolutions? Or do you make them?
No, I don't even make them anymore.
No?
No.
Well, when did that stop for you?
Years ago.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just because you weren't keeping them, or you didn't like them, or...
I think it was setting too lofty of goals.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, I am going to achieve maximum greatness this year.
Maximum great. What did that look like?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. What the
and
hell?
so
does
you
that
don't
mean?
achieve maximum greatness, and you're like, God damn it.
I think that's tough, right? Because we see the new year as an opportunity to change something about ourselves we don't like. Not like your face. Well, I guess you could get plastic surgery. I don't recommend doing that. You look like a fucking Barry Manilow. No, I mean it, dude. Have you seen Barry Manilow?
Oh, yeah.
He looks like a mutant.
Yeah.
I love that. I love Copacabana, Barry, but in fact, my wife is named after one of your songs. But, bro, dial it down. It hurts the eye. It really hurts the eye. So maybe don't change your face. But it's an opportunity to change something about yourself. And like you just hit the nail on the head, Brad, we set too lofty a goal.
Yeah.
Right? It's about, and this is a problem, I think, for all of us. We get into kind of this quasi-manic state, and we're like, I'm going to take on the world and achieve maximum greatness. And then we fail because it's impossible to achieve. And then we dip into a depressive state.
And that's a good call. I think a lot of this stuff comes from mania.
Sure.
You get the grandiosity and the huge ideas, and you want to change careers, and you want to do this, that, and the other, and then you inevitably crash from it.
Right. And then where are you at?
Yeah, and because you haven't achieved those things, it keeps the depression cyclical.
Yeah.
And on we go.
Which is why Adam and his fucking lists, I started making a list on like December 26th, and I was like, these are all the things I'm going to do in the new year and in January, and I threw that list away.
Yeah.
Because the list was the goals were too lofty. I know that sounds ridiculous, but they were. I'll give you a great example. On my list, one of the first things was like, hey, get in amazing shape. Like, how is that trackable? How is that achievable? Like,
Right.
How is that definable? My definition of amazing shape may be different than the world's definition of amazing shape. My view of, like, good body image may be horribly skewed. I mean, I may have body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
So by sitting there and going, I'm going to get in amazing shape, I'm just setting myself up to fail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It needs to be something realistic and trackable.
Trackable. It's like it's a physically attainable goal, right?
Yeah. Like instead of I'm going to be in realistic shape, I'm going to hit the gym.
Wait, did you
Or-
say realistic shape?
Yeah. Instead of I'm going to be in realistic shape.
I'm gonna be in a shape that's man shape. I'm not gonna be like an amorphous blob.
Yeah.
That's goal.
But instead of amazing shape, maybe just I'm going to hit the gym 3 times a week
that's it.
and not eat cookies.
Well, I mean, I'm not a monster, Brad. I'm gonna eat cookies. But no, but you're right, and that's what my goal ended up being. I ended up writing down like set a workout schedule and stick to it. That's all it is. Now that workout schedule could be anything, right?
Yeah.
But setting that goal as that's what my goal is, then great. Then great. And now I have to take the next step and set an attainable workout schedule. As
Right.
opposed to be like, I'm hitting the gym 7 days a week for 3 hours a day, doing cardio and heavy weights. Oh,
Yeah.
don't forget yoga for flexibility. Like, you can't do that. You got to take these baby steps and set these very attainable goals.
And by the way, if you're in the gym for 3 hours, that just means you're not really working out hard.
Yeah, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
There's a number of people you can listen to, like PhD level scientists on YouTube, who can talk to you about the correct way of lifting and working out. And 3 hours is not the right way to do it. In fact, my goal, being a 41-year-old male, is to spend as little time in the gym as possible.
Yeah.
Get in, get the hell out, get the work done.
Make everything as efficient as you can possibly make it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what my goals are. But yeah, I think taking those tiny steps and setting those tiny goals it's far more likely that that's what you're gonna hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pouring some tea.
That's,
I have a bit of a cold, guys.
oh no, head cold?
If you couldn't tell from my voice.
Is head cold or like a raspy, like a what's it called, like a sinus infection-y type of thing, or?
Yeah, it's sinusy.
God, I hate sinus
Yeah.
infections. It's like you're walking through a fog. That's actually I equate that with me having a lot of problems actually getting regular healthcare coverage, because I got like in 2010 I got like 9 sinus infections in 1 year.
Oh, wow.
Just like, and every time I would try and get help for them, I would have a sinus infection, because that's what happens, right? Like you get sick. I didn't have health insurance, and I'd try and go to an urgent care, and then the urgent care is like a 2-hour wait, and I'd be like, fuck it, I'm going home. I just want to get into bed and curl up.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, you're fucked when it comes to healthcare.
I mean, you're kind of fucked when it comes to healthcare in this country anyway.
Right,
But-
right. And it was just, for me, it was the sinus infections proved how much of a fuck up healthcare is for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, give me a goal. I know you don't make lists of goals,
Oh,
but like
man.
an attainable goal, something
And
not easy, like, because easy is whatever, but something attainable and trackable.
that I have control of.
Yes, right. Because that's another thing, right? We try and set those goals of like, I'm gonna be happy. That's my goal for this year. I'm like, you can't fucking control that.
Or even something like, I'm going to have a movie made this year. It's
right,
like,
you
that's
can't do
beyond my
that.
control.
You can't do that.
God. Let's see. An attainable, trackable goal.
Right.
Um,
And I will never ask you about this goal again. I'm not gonna hold you accountable.
I would like to, and this ties into my depression, folks. I would like to not be in bed for 13 hours a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Now-
think that would be good.
Now let me ask you: do you think that's entirely within your control?
I don't know.
Right.
I feel like, I mean, I could make myself not do it,
Mm-hmm.
but how exhausted would I be?
Right.
I don't know.
So can I make a suggested amendment to that goal?
Yeah.
Instead of being like, I don't want to be in bed 13 hours a day, what's something that you could do every day that you're not currently doing that would keep you out of bed for like an hour?
I've been slacking on working out.
Okay. And you like
So-
working out,
Yeah.
and you're good at working out.
And it, helps you sleep.
Right.
Wears you out. So,
So, if you were to set a goal of working out 3 times a week, right?
yeah.
It's an attainable goal.
Yeah.
It's a trackable goal, and it would tangentially help your other goal,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And getting back into morning walks, I think, would be good.
Oh yeah, yeah. You mean just like first thing in the morning? Well, you
Yeah.
used to walk your kids to school, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you,
Yeah.
are they still in like I don't know if your kids have changed schools. Are they still?
No,
in the same
they're
one?
in the same school.
Okay. Do you walk?
Yeah.
Do you still walk them to and from school?
No, once it got like cold and wet
Mm-hmm.
every morning.
California, cold and wet. But
Yeah,
yes.
California cold and wet. But yeah, that stopped.
Yeah.
So I need to just get a good umbrella.
Good umbrella will save me.
Yeah.
Do you think your kids will pitch a fit if you're like, we're walking to school today?
They won't because they love playing in the rain, which is actually why I haven't been walking them because they will be soaked by the time we get to school.
Oh, all right. Maybe. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe that one's not the best way to do it. But yeah, like picking that kind of attainable goal that helps hit your other goals, right?
Yeah.
Because you talk about treating your depression or anyone treating their depression, you start working out, that's going to help your depression.
Yeah.
It's not going to fix it. Like, that's completely out of your control. And, like, the idea of not spending 13 hours a day in bed, which I think is an amazing goal, like, it almost feels, like, too lofty. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it's too lofty?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't because it becomes one of those things. I feel like when you become depressed, you start engaging in behavior that perpetuates the depression.
Totally.
And so it's like if I forced myself not to be in bed that long,
Mm-hmm.
would it help my depression? Or is my depression causing that to the extent that I would just be tired, miserable, and maybe even more depressed all the time?
Maybe.
Because now I have more free time that I want to just sit and stare at a wall.
Right.
I actually read something the other day about
Proud of you for reading.
yeah, thanks. I learned. I forget the term for it. It was like time displacement or something like that. But when
Mhm.
you're depressed, time functions differently.
Oh, really? How so?
Yeah. So you can sit and stare at the wall, for instance, for what feels like 5 minutes,
Mhm.
and it's been 45 minutes.
Oh, sure. I've done that.
Yeah.
Not with staring at a wall, but like I've done that with reading. I'm like, I'm just gonna read for 20 minutes, and then 6 hours later, I come out of the bedroom like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but you don't feel like you spent 6
No,
hours.
not at all.
Yeah. So that's a common thing. I feel like I deal with that a lot.
Sure.
And then the reverse, where the day just drags on and on and
Yeah.
on, and I just want it to end. I'm just kind of ticking down the hours until bedtime.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and again, if like your goal would be to stop staring at the wall, there may be something in you, body wise, brain wise, mental disorder wise, that needs that reset time. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean that's one of the downsides to having been out of work
Mm-hmm.
is you literally have nothing to do during the day.
Right.
And
Right.
to the point, you have the anhedonia that comes with the depression. But even when I want to do something, it's like I've played every video game, I've watched every movie I want to watch. You know, I've read the books I want to read. I literally have nothing I want to do.
Mm.
I'm too broke to go buy anything new.
Right. Right.
So it's like, all right, I just sit and stare at the wall and hope the wall does something different.
Do you ever put anything on the wall?
No,
Like,
maybe I
you
should.
should get like a Magic Eye poster. Those are pretty cheap. And
Yeah.
then feel like you're
Stare at
accomplishing
that.
something.
Yeah,
Or a Where's Waldo poster.
yeah.
You just do this.
Just stare at it until I get eye strain.
Yeah, there you go.
My luck, I'd find Waldo right off.
Like right immediately. Yeah, it totally wastes your time.
There used to be this website that I loved. I guess it's still around, but from the early days of the internet, called Grudge Match.
Grudge. Oh, that's when they'd put like two celebrities fighting each other, right?
No, that was an MTV thing.
Oh, it was okay.
This would take two pop culture things and crash them together.
Oh, okay.
Like for instance, my favorite one was John McClane on the Death Star. It opens with like some stormtroopers finding Vader dead, and it
Right.
says "Ho ho ho! Now I have a lightsaber."
Nice.
But they did one where it was Waldo in the Mall of America being hunted by the T-1000,
Damn.
and it's like, who wins?
Speaking of John McClane, do you consider Die Hard a Christmas movie? I do.
I do.
Yeah, I do. Okay, good.
It takes place at Christmas. It's filled with Christmas carols.
Yep.
His wife's name is Holly.
Yeah.
You know,
There's a lot of Christmas imagery and messaging and
Christmas references.
Yeah.
It has a happy ending.
Right. See, this is one of those hills I'll die on.
Yeah.
You know, people have different hills. Like, what was your hill the other day? You were gonna die on. It wasn't lamps. It was
Daylight savings.
daylight
time.
savings. Right. You'll die on daylight savings time. I'll die on Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will fight you. Oh my God.
And I guess for Die Hard, it depends on what your definition of a Christmas movie is, because you could very easily narrow the definition of a Christmas movie to something that's like feel good and inspirational. But if you do that, then you lose. Like Christmas Vacation isn't that,
No way.
but
Yeah, no.
it's a Christmas movie.
I mean, would you consider Home Alone? Like I think Home Alone's a Christmas movie. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's really a feel-good movie. Would you call that a feel-good movie?
Home Alone has less to do with Christmas than Die Hard does.
It's true. Yeah. It's just
Yeah.
that they happen to leave at Christmas. Like,
Right.
That's what makes it a Christmas movie.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, Christmas Vacation is for certain a Christmas movie, and if that is your what's it called?
Barometer.
Right. Then you're right. Like feel good doesn't work.
Yeah.
Doesn't
yeah.
work.
It's not a feel good movie. It's not inspirational.
Mm.
It's just a funny comedy about Christmas.
Right. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Damn straight.
And so if a funny comedy about Christmas works, then so does an action movie about Christmas.
God damn it. Hey friends, Brad and I started Batshit because we needed someone to talk to about our bipolar. So when looking for a sponsor, BetterHelp was the obvious choice. BetterHelp provides access to therapists via text, via Zoom, via email, via phone call, 24 hours, 7 days a week. I don't need to tell anyone how broken the American healthcare system is, especially when it comes to mental illness. But the beautiful thing about BetterHelp is that they'll work with you. Go to www.betterhelp.com/batshit. You'll get 10% off for the first month, and you'll get someone to talk to right now. If you need to talk to someone, do it. Please. We love you.
Please like, subscribe, and share it on social media. If you have someone you think may need to hear it, we encourage you to share it with them and to start your own conversation about mental health.
You know what another, what's it called? Holiday, New Year's resolution I have is, which is super fucking broad, and I'm working on this. Learn how to relax.
I thought you were going to say learn how to read.
How fucked up would that be? My coping mechanism for all these years has been reading, but I don't
But you
know
just
how
stare.
to
You just stare at the pages. You're like, these symbols look interesting.
Look how interesting these symbols are. No, it's actually learn how to relax.
I've been doing better at that.
Have you?
Yeah, because I have the anxiety disorder
Right.
also, and things that I found. So, what I can't figure out how to deal with is the depression,
Right.
but the anxiety I feel like I've cracked it to a certain extent.
Okay. How are you dealing with it?
I drink a lot of chamomile tea.
Oh, okay.
When I'm getting anxious about something, like if I'm having a conversation with someone and it's getting me anxious, I just tell them and I extricate myself from it
Oh, okay.
immediately. I've been taking B6, B12, and vitamin D,
Okay.
and those kind of help regulate the nervous system
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of take the edge off. Again, a lot of chamomile tea. There's a substance in chamomile called apigenin, I think.
Apigenin.
Yeah. Andrew Huberman talks about this.
Oh, yeah, Huberman.
Yeah, the neuroscientist. But apigenin has a calming effect on the nervous system also.
Oh, cool.
So anytime I start to feel a little jazzed up, I drink some chamomile tea. I also have apigenin as a supplement.
I wish I
pop one.
liked chamomile tea.
Yeah.
I personally think chamomile tea tastes like hot garbage.
Yeah, I don't like the taste of it.
Yeah.
But I've just kind of gotten to the point where I just like hot liquids.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, hot liquids are delicious.
Yeah, and there's something relaxing about that.
Hold on, I gotta take off my batshit Snuggie. By the way, guys, my sister for Christmas got me a batshit Snuggie, which is a giant Snuggie with the batshit logo on it. So I'm suing her for copyright infringement. And I mean, she's not worried because she's a lawyer, so she'll be fine. But yeah, but it's way too freaking hot. Like, I was going to wear it for all the episodes today, and I just can't do it.
I just got a text message. President Barack Obama just called on every grassroots supporter to stand up and get to work to protect blah, blah, blah. I hate these political text messages. I don't care what side they come from. They just inundate you. And I'll get to, the ones that irritate me the most are the ones that's like, Brad, Joe Biden here. It's like, yeah, Joe Biden is sitting in the Oval Office being like, you know what? I got to text Brad Hunts.
Hit Brad up. He doesn't even know how to text.
No.
If that man has a mobile phone, I'd be shocked.
Yeah.
I'd be shocked.
Maybe a flip phone.
Maybe. I was talking with some friends the other night, and they're talking about, oh man, we just need a president who blank, or who like understands the new generation. I'm like, I just want a president who's young enough that when he falls down, I'm not worried about his physical.
Yeah. At what point did the president have to be 80 years old?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll hear people say things like ageist, and it's like, no. It's the president of the United States.
Right.
If he's not in touch with a bulk of the citizenry,
Right.
then he can't do a good job.
Right. Not to mention the way that technology has escalated in the last 30 years that a lot of the older generation do not keep up with, and yet it's a huge component to our culture. You know what? Say what you want about Trump. I'm not particularly a Trump fan, but that's neither here nor there. Well, what I will say about Trump is that he has a far better grasp on social media and monopolizing that to get his message across than the Democrats do.
Yeah.
Like, and that's one of the reasons he's so successful. Like, that right there. And again, not a political podcast.
Yeah.
If you're a huge Trump fan, great. If you're a huge Biden fan, great. Don't care. That's just what I was referring to. It's just, I think they're both too old.
Yeah. I think most of the leading politicians in the Democratic Party are too old.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing. Again, not to get into a political side rant. We'll stop this in a second.
Yeah,
folks.
I
So
promise. If you want, just plug your ears for like 2 minutes.
That's one reason Republicans, in my opinion, do better in a lot of local elections. They're the party running young people.
Yeah.
Sure, they're whack job young people. They're Lauren Boebert, but they're still people under the age of 50,
Right.
and that's attractive to a voting bloc.
That's huge. That's huge. Okay.
All right.
Political
Political side
podcast.
rant
Yeah.
over.
Over. No more of that.
We apologize.
Yeah. It's,
We shouldn't have even gone off on that tangent.
going back, I want to learn how to relax, but I can't quantify that, Like, what is the definition of relaxation? For instance, I'm not working right now. I don't have a job lined up. And these last 2 days, ever since Christmas and my family left, because they came out to visit me, it was very nice. I have just been sitting there, and my mind will not stop racing with all these things I should be doing, could be doing to make my life or myself better. And I know that if I give into this, if I sit there and be like, let's do it all right now, I'm going to burn out in like 6 days.
Yeah.
Max. And so I've been working on like one thing at a time.
Yeah.
And that's super fucking hard for me.
Oh, the other thing that's helped me relax that I forgot to bring up is that EFT, the tapping.
The EFT tapping.
Yeah. So there's a series of acupressure points on the body.
Okay.
This is an actual therapeutic thing. This isn't some like woo-woo Reiki bullshit. For you Reiki practitioners out there, I apologize, but I do think Reiki is bullshit. There was somebody in St. Louis who found out that I was bipolar.
Okay.
And they told me they were doing Reiki for me from a distance.
What?
And I was like, does that even
I don't
like
think
even
that's a
even for
thing.
Reiki does
Right.
that work?
Like
I
my
don't-
mom does Reiki, and she has to do it like you're laying on a table and she's right above you.
That
and
was
she's
my
doing the whole
understanding.
thing.
Is it's like
How do you do Reiki from a distance? That's like praying. You're like praying for someone then.
yeah,
Right? The
yeah, which you
equivalent
might as
of.
well say.
Right. Okay, you're praying for me. Okay, thanks. I guess it's not helping, but thanks.
Anyway, there's a series of acupressure points on the body,
Okay.
and you tap them for. I do a count of 20, but
You mean like an SOS type
yeah?
of tap?
So it starts with the bottom of the hand.
Okay. Well,
So-
he's doing like the knife edge of the hand
Yeah.
right below the palm. I mean, basically even with the palm, below
Yeah,
the
that,
pinky.
that little chunk of meat there.
Okay.
Yeah, I do that on both hands for 20 seconds. And then the next one is where your eyebrows meet.
Yeah, I do. You know, I rub that constantly, like
Yeah.
right above the bridge of the nose.
So you tap that, and then you tap the temples,
The temples, okay.
and then right below the eyes,
Mm-hmm.
where my bags are. And then you do between the nose and the lips.
Oh,
And then you do the space right under your bottom lip between your lips and your chin.
okay.
Then your clavicles.
This is a lot of tapping. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, it is. And then right below your armpit on the ribs.
Okay, on the ribs,
And then the top of your head.
like the crown, like the very top.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And so you run through that sequence, and I do it for a count of 20 on each one.
Mm.
You run through that sequence, and it just calms the nervous system.
Interesting.
So when I get really anxiety riddled, I'll do that, and it doesn't make it go away,
No.
but it takes it. You know, if I'm at a 10,
Mhm.
it brings me to a 5.
So are those like nerve clusters or
Yeah.
pressure? So that's why the tapping helps.
Yeah,
Oh, interesting. That's funny. I mean, cool.
Yeah.
That sounds like something I should try. And I think that will help take the anxiety down. I think you're right there. But for me, I have to learn to stop. Like,
I think that's one of the things with the tapping. Also,
yeah, it helps you to stop.
is you suddenly have something else to focus on,
Mm.
and it for the minute or two that you're doing the tapping, your mind's not racing on all these other things,
Right.
And it kind of pulls you out of that.
Yes. Yes, but then what happens when you're done tapping? Like, okay, you feel calmer for X amount of minutes, right?
Yeah,
But I feel like that is, while that's helpful, I'm thinking more along the lines of like, I need to learn to stop for an hour in the middle of my day to just do something that's not goal orientated or do something that's not necessarily proactive towards something I want to accomplish.
right.
You know what I mean? Like the other day, I made myself play a video game for like an hour and a half.
Yeah,
And I know that sounds stupid, make yourself play a video game. But I did because I was running around like a maniac in the morning getting all this crap done that didn't really need to be accomplished the way I was accomplishing it. And I'm like, I'm going to do this until fucking 8 p.m. and then I'll stop. And it's like, well, that's, I mean, yes, you're being efficient, but at the same time, I don't need to be doing that. So why am I doing that to myself? Why am I trying
Right.
to burn myself out like that?
right.
So, if I get that feeling, a breathing exercise, the tapping, meditation, even going to the gym, all that will help it. But at the end of it, it's not relaxing in the way I think of it, which is another thing, right? It's like, again, we're quantifying what relaxation is and how the hell do you do that? Because it's different for everybody,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, and how...
And it's hard to measure
Right.
unless you're like tracking your heartbeats per minute constantly.
Right, which I guess you could be if you have like one of those fancy watches.
Yeah, yeah. I suppose if you wanted to get granular about it, you could, when you're feeling anxious, you could say, "All right, what's my heartbeats per minute?" and then do something like the tapping, and then measure it.
And then see if it's gone down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Because yeah. 'Cause
And
I
there are
think-
other things. There's red light therapy,
Right, yes.
yoga,
Yeah.
a
Any
lot of
form
things.
any form of like physical meditation is what I'm going to call it. Like there's something I'm going to start doing called animal mobility exercises,
Yeah,
which is like a mix of capoeira and yoga. And
yeah.
it's basically like a lot of
It's like yoga in movement.
right, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
instead of
It was-
static.
Yeah. And maybe that will help. But even that, because I assign it the value of like, well, I'm getting into shape. It doesn't feel, I mean, it may feel relaxing, but I don't view it as a relaxing activity.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
It's like I enjoy writing. I love writing. I'm sometimes very relaxed when I'm writing. I still don't view it as a relaxing activity because there's a goal associated with it.
right.
And not everything we do has to be goal orientated. You know?
Yeah, I'm on the other end of the spectrum right now. I'm having a hard time doing anything that involves a goal.
Mm.
Like lately I've been like, I'm going to write. I'm going to
Okay.
write. And I just open like the same documents and stare at them over and over again.
Is this like projects you've already started or new projects?
Projects I've already started
Oh, okay.
because that just seems easier to me.
Sure.
That I can dive into something. And I just can't make myself do it. I'm just back in that phase again.
Right.
Which sucks because I had a little period through the summer where I started getting productive again, and then it's just gone.
Has your therapist said anything about that?
No, I haven't really talked about that per se. I mean, it's just another symptom of my depression.
Sure.
My therapist keeps pushing routine and activity
Right.
on me, and I know I need to do that. It's hard to get the motivation when you're in the midst of it.
Right. It's that idea of like an object in motion stays in motion, but like trying to start that ball rolling up a hill is a bitch.
Yeah. I hope I'm not too quiet, folks. Like I said, I got a cold, so I feel like I'm like raspy whispering.
Ooh, jazz! He's gonna release a jazz album.
Depression.
It's
Why are you here?
a spoken word.
Yeah.
Your levels look great, so
Okay.
in theory, I'm not worried about it.
All right,
and I can
cool.
always try and boost you a little bit more in post.
Cool.
So anyway, going back to the whole topic of the thing, New Year's resolutions are they're whatever you need or want them to be, but I don't want anyone to put too much pressure on themselves to accomplish a goal that is too daunting and untrackable. Like, for instance, let's say dealing with your bipolar, right, is your goal. Like, I'm going to deal with my bipolar. How the fuck do you do that? Like, what is that trackable, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Find some concrete, smaller goals.
right. Like, for instance, let's say you've been listening to this podcast, right? And you've written down everything that we've mentioned that has helped us personally. That means working out, better diet, therapy, medication, talking about it with friends, revealing it to loved ones and your work if need be, meditation.
Various forms of self-care.
Right. If you're like, I'm going to do all that, well, good fucking luck, bro. Like, that's way too much to take on.
Yeah.
That's way too much to take on. One thing. Pick one thing. And then once you've got that, then move on to the next thing.
Yeah, they say it takes 2 weeks to a month to develop a habit.
Yeah, I've heard a month. Yeah.
Yeah. So pick one thing and make it a habit. And
Right.
then once it's a habit, add another thing.
Yeah, one more thing. And it can be something super fucking simple. It does not need to be the tapping. Brad just mentioned the tapping. Do that for a month.
Yeah.
Do that for a month. And then after that, if that's really helped you, you think it can help you more, maybe start doing like 10 minutes of meditation a day.
Yeah, my therapist also added affirmations to the tapping.
Sure.
That as you're tapping each spot, you have a different affirmation
Mm-hmm.
that you do. I haven't really been doing that with the affirmations just because I don't feel like I have a lot of negative self-talk. I'm not like, you're a piece of shit, Brad.
Because you're not.
The way that I used to be. I've kind of just accepted that all my problems are circumstantial now.
Sure.
So I haven't felt the need to do the affirmations, but maybe I should.
Yeah,
You know,
maybe.
maybe.
I mean, you could try them.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt to try them, right? And then,
Yeah.
if you see a result, then fucking fantastic. If
Yeah.
not, you just drop them. But again, pick an achievable goal that's trackable, right? It's like don't be reaching for the fucking moon, y'all. Climb it one rung at a time.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. When you accomplish a thing, like let's say you go, I'm gonna do the tapping for a month, and then you do it, that feels good.
Yeah.
You just accomplished something.
Yeah.
Now you're getting that little, dose of serotonin in there, and that's gonna feel real good.
Yeah.
So, small accomplishable goals, everybody. That's my goal this year. I hope it's your goal.
That's another thing you can do for feel good is the GABA receptors. And I may be getting some of the science on this wrong, But the GABA receptors, which help produce dopamine, those receptors are turned on by coffee,
Okay.
and then they're activated by a substance in green tea. So
Wait,
if
you have coffee and then you have green tea?
you have a cup of coffee in the morning, and then the next hot liquid you have, whenever you have it, drink green tea, and that helps with dopamine production.
Interesting. So there's a component. It's not the caffeine that does it. It's
Right.
A component
There's a
in one of the-
component in coffee that turns on the receptors, and then a component in green tea that activates the receptors.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I hate coffee, but maybe I'll try a little bit of coffee.
Yeah, try that for a few days.
See
Try
if that
try
helps.
coffee and then a green tea.
God, I hate coffee. Like, does it matter how much coffee? Like, would I have to drink like a fucking...
Probably just an espresso
Okay.
size would, yeah.
Yeah, and Mandy has a Nespresso. Thank you,
Oh, there you
Penelope
go.
Cruz. Maybe I'll try a Nespresso.
Cold showers are supposed to kick up dopamine also.
I have done that, and that does help. I'm just too much of a wuss to do that on a
That's me.
regular
That's me.
basis.
You know what's funny is I can do a cold shower facing the shower. I can't have it hit my back.
Really, you're back?
Yeah, the second I turn around, I'm like, nope.
no. Yeah, I was reading a couple of books, and they're like just put your head down and like blast the top of your head with cold water, and I'm like, I felt great. Couldn't do it more than 5 days. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
This is absolutely terrible.
I wish I had like dual shower heads where I could turn one to cold and one to hot.
Oh, so you could like jump from between.
Yeah, so you can get your head under the cold one and then be like, I can't take it, and jump to the hot one.
Well, that's probably something like polar bear plunges, right? Like, I bet you that gives them a nice little.
They
hit.
talk about how invigorating it is.
Well, yeah, because you're cold as balls. I mean,
Yeah.
gross, and awesome. I guess maybe that's a goal for you. Try and take a 30-second cold shower every day. That's very,
another Andrew Huberman thing. He also recommends electrolytes in the morning.
Now, what? Okay, this is gonna be stupid of me, and I apologize because I'm an idiot. When I think electrolytes, I think Gatorade, and that's it.
Oh, there's all sorts of electrolyte things. you can
Right,
do.
I know that, but at the
There's one I love called Element.
Okay.
And it's just the letters LMNT. It has no calories.
okay.
It's just sodium, potassium, and magnesium.
Is it
And-
like a powder that you?
Yeah,
drink? Okay.
and you add it to water, and it tastes good. It has great flavors.
Mm-hmm.
There's like lemon lime. There's a chili mango that I really like.
But you just mentioned sodium, potassium, and what's the other one?
Magnesium.
Couldn't you just take potassium and magnesium?
Yeah, you could take the. It's about the balance. Like there's a
Okay.
certain ratio that's ideal
Okay.
when you take it in, but most of us get an adequate amount of sodium.
Yeah.
Unless for some reason you're doing low sodium foods, which don't.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, if you're-
Sodium's delicious.
and if your doctor hasn't recommended low sodium, you don't need to go low sodium. And then add the potassium and the magnesium to that, and you can do that. Let's see. I think potassium. There's a heavy amount of potassium in cream of tartar, that powder.
Oh yeah, I do that when
Yeah.
I make my lemon meringue pie.
Yeah, I used to do a thing before I started buying Element where I would do hot water, lemon juice, cream of tartar, and some cayenne pepper, and that covers all your electrolytes.
See, again, it's like I have a hard time wrapping my head around what the fucking electrolyte is.
In again, my limited scientific understanding
Sure.
is it's necessary for signals to fire along your nervous system.
Okay.
So if your electrolytes are out of whack, your nervous system's out of whack, which could make you depressed or anxious.
But then, is that mean like there are electrolytes in cayenne pepper?
I think the cayenne pepper, it's more of like getting your thermogenesis going.
All right.
Like,
All right, now we're getting
yeah,
super.
we're getting into
We're
crazy
gonna
stuff.
stop.
You could do that without the cayenne pepper. But basically, warm water, lemon juice, cream of tartar, and that'll get you all your electrolytes.
And that's a very achievable goal, everybody. Trying it, seeing if it works for you. Pick an achievable goal for 2024. The fact that you're listening to this podcast is a very achievable goal, and you're doing it, and you've been doing it. Keep doing it. We love you. Keep fighting.